Hi there, just before we start the video, I'd just like to remind you that I have an email subscription list. You can find the URL for the list in the description for this video, or you can find it on my websites, russleach.com, comicbookblackbelt.com, or onlydeathcansavus.com. That's the name of the book, Only Death Can Save Us. I won't be filling your inbox up. It'll just be short bits of information about the book or things that are going on in the channel. The book is a cosmic Bronze Age inspired journey. That's art and story. So if you like the way comics used to be, hopefully you'll really like this book. So that's it for now. Let's get on with the video. Hi there, welcome back to the dojo. This is Russ Leach. I'm the comic book black belt, and today we're doing a short video focusing on how I approach the problem of drawing weaponry. Shooty things in this particular case, so no axes, bludgeoning things, swords, that kind of stuff, but you know, guns and cannons and that kind of stuff. I've been doing some images on Instagram. I've been doing some posts on Instagram where I've been running multiple images so that you can click through them. And if you're not following me on Instagram, you go over to Instagram, follow me as Russ Leach. If you are following me, thank you very much. And I was on Artcasters a couple of weeks back, and Corey Kerr gave me this inspiration because he does some fantastic work. There's an Instagram profile to follow because he's got some great stuff on there. And it's his concept. It's not his concept. Other people have done it, but he inspired me through the work that he'd done to go out there and do the same. So I've been doing these multiple pictures that you can click through, and most of them have been breakdowns of artwork, much like I do with some of the videos on the channel. And I did one with Rocket Raccoon, and I've had a couple of people ask me to do a video on that. I have done a video on this piece before, but I'm going to do a quick run through for this because I've had some other followers ask me about the weaponry and how I put guns together. The gun that I put on the illustration for Rocket Raccoon was described as gnarly, so I was quite proud of that. So my approach to weaponry, and I'll put the video up in a minute so you can follow through. It'll be rocket first, and then I've got a couple of simple futuristic weapons to look at, and they're from Draw the Marvel way as well. The point, but where I would start is that don't go to your board, don't go to your screen, whatever, without having an idea of what you're going to do. And that doesn't matter what it is. You know, even the greats like Jack Kirby, who didn't need to put any guidelines down, just drew stuff. He still had it up here before he went to the board. So don't just go there thinking, oh, I'll just draw a weapon, or I'll just pop in a handgun. That person's just like, don't think that way. Think about, right, how does this weapon work? Is it going to be organic? Is it going to be steampunky? Is it going to be hyper futuristic? Is it going to shoot bullets? Like, is it going to be a cannon? Or is it going to be an electric gun? Or is it going to be a laser gun? And these have deciding on, you know, what the gun's going to do, how it's going to work, the rough technology. Obviously, you don't know the full technology because none of us are engineers, but just a rough idea about how it works and what its use is will give you a feel for, you know, how you're going to build that gun in a three-dimensional way, and the look and feel of it at the end of the process. So what I'll do is I'll start the video. Like I say, the first thing you've got to do is give it an underpinning. Even it doesn't matter if it's a gun or whether it's a superhero or a spaceship or a building or a car. You have to understand how the shapes work, what direction their motion is, or they're being pointed in, or whatever. So that you've got a handle on if there's any perspective that's required, and also just having that idea about the three-dimensionality of it. So I would say you would give a skeleton to a gun in the same way you'd give a skeleton to anatomy. So here's the example. So open the file up for Rocket, and the first thing you'll see is the base of my sketches for Rocket, and you can see that I've put in like a skeleton, sort of an idea about how Rocket will work. I've done a couple of bits and pieces of detail over the top. So you can see the gun there. The gun's got a spine going straight through where Rocket would hold on to the gun, and then it's got a big block at the top because I wanted a top-heavy, weird-looking futuristic gun. So obviously, once you've got your basics down, you've got your spine working, you've got your three-dimensional elements on it. Then in this particular case, I've penciled it up and then inked it up. Having things like tools like Photoshop and Clip Studio and what have you, it's easier if you can use different layers to put your elements on. This would have required me to use lots of photocopies and a light box in the real world, but I've got layers so that I can focus on the gun, I can turn it round, I can make sure that I've got parallel lines or perspective lines working so that the gun is convincing and it looks at a three-dimensional item, and then apply it to Rocket. And then at the end of the process, I've got some lovely colours by James Afredi. The Rocket illustration on its own came out looking fantastic. I was really pleased with it. I'll just zoom in there, show the colours off on that. It's speckled the inks on that. It looks really nice. It's got a real furry feel to it. So this is a video of just some simple handgun. As you can see, I've already put it in a perspective box, and I've given it a spine, so that you've got the basic elements, and then sketched over some three-dimensional elements, bearing in mind my perspective lines over the top of it. You can see I've given it kind of like a bulky look at the front, just to make it look a little bit alien, a little bit different, but it's still got a handle, it's still got a trigger, so it makes it believable. And then this is a more futuristic sort of rifle. It could be a railgun. It doesn't have to, in this particular case, it doesn't have to shoot bullets. It could be a railgun or something like that. But it's got a definite look and feel of a rifle to it. And then James has put some nice colours over the top of those two at the end there. But like I say, what's really important is to have your basics in place. So you've got like a skeleton or at least some lines to give you an idea of the position of the weapon, how it sits on the page, and then play with shapes. Basically, be imaginative. If you want something to look really alien, obviously, depending on the alien. If the alien's like a squid creature, then you might not need a trigger and a handle. It might be something that sits on the end of the squid's tentacle. But if it's kind of like, solid sort of arms and leggy type creatures, then you're going to need a handle and you're going to need a trigger. If it's a cannon on, say, the top of a monster, like say it's a cannon on top of the back of a Tyrannosaurus Rex, obviously you're not going to need a trigger and a handle, but you are going to need a direction for the shot. So you're going to need a barrel in some way, whether that's a big square barrel or a round barrel. Again, depends on the kind of shot. Is it going to be a bullet or a shell, or is it going to be a laser or some kind of electric pulse? So you think about all these things before you put your weapon together, and then let your imagination go, and prior to actually putting it down, make sure you've got a sound three-dimensional structure. So you've got some kind of spine or skeleton to it, sort of a rough idea about where the lines go, as far as line of travel, as far as shape or perspective might be concerned, and then you apply your three-dimensional objects and sort of build it up from there. So that's my process. Whether that works for you or not, I would hope it would. The important thing being, whatever you do, don't come at your pad, your paper, your screen, whatever it is you're drawing on, without an idea first, and then build it up. Make sure you've got a spine or a skeleton underneath. Get your 3D objects in place and make it work for you. So that's about it. Like I said, just a quick one, because people were interested in my process, or my approach at least, to how I came towards weaponry, handguns and cannons and rifles and that kind of thing. It's slightly different for things like swords and axes and what have you, but it's still the same process, and it's the same process for for everything. You know, make sure you got the basics down first. So thanks for watching. Thanks for listening to me go on about how I do things. If you've got any ideas about how I should do them, or if you've got your own processes, I'd be keen to hear them. You know, just pop a comment in the comment section. Or if you've got your own YouTube channel, I'd be keen to see that as well. Hit me up on Instagram, like I said earlier, or on Twitter, or on Facebook, or you can come see me at my own websites, russleach.com, comicbookblackbelt.com, or of course the book onlydeathcansavus.com. And if you can sign up for the email subscription list, that would be great, so I could give you any information about the book and the channel as it happens. I won't fill your inbox up with rubbish. If you've already subscribed to the YouTube channel, thank you so much. Again, thank you. It's humbling to have people want to listen and look at my work. If you haven't, please subscribe and give the video a like. So that's it from me for now. I'll be back pretty soon with some more Only Death Can Save Us production work. I've got another, I've got the final, should I say, Ben 10 video, and that's yeah, there'll be some more after that. So that's it from me. Thanks very much again for watching the video, and I'll be back with another video again real soon. Bye bye. Thanks for watching Comic Book Black Belt. If you've enjoyed the content from this video, please like, share or subscribe, and come over and follow me on Twitter. It's been great having you in the dojo. See you again soon.